She went grilling. It's crazy.
Like barbecue? Did y'all eat any of that food, or she just grilled and didn't bring that in? No, she just grilled. Okay.
Ain't no hot dogs, no bratwurst, no chicken wings. She just out there grilling shit.
But you didn't see no food.
No barbecue sauce.
Okay. So when your cousin...
Her ass cooked.
Upper room, nigga. I'm selling these mothers $59.95.
Try. What's the word? Tribe is J-Lo, and I'm back outside with another. It say I killed my mama or grandmama and cooked her or ate her or something like that. Tribe. It's crazy though, man. It's a vibe. We outside. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let's check this out.
May 27th, 2023. It's a quiet summer afternoon in this Maryland neighborhood. But when a neighbor spots a plume of black smoke rising into the air from the brush in a nearby house's backyard, they call the fire department. The fire department arrives to investigate. But by then, the fire has burned out, and there's no sign of any arsonists. Little do they know that 4 days earlier, this house, that looks just like all the rest, was the scene of something like a horror movie.
Woman allegedly killed and dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping
By her daughter and granddaughter is crazy.
One in their tracks.
Burned and dismembered her body into more than 67 pieces.
This is Salia Hardy.
What?
She's 19, and she says that her grandmother's screams aren't all that unusual.
She always screamed. Like when she used to fall and stuff, she would always scream. So we found a dismembered body. Do you know what dismembered means? Okay, so we found pieces of her body. Pieces like chopped up, like somebody's body was chopped up in bags in the house. I can't say for sure that it's your grandmother. I don't know whose body it is. I don't know who else's body.
In the house though?
Her grandmother, 71-year-old Margaret Craig, hasn't been seen since. When the police get involved, they'll discover that this apparent missing persons case is far from ordinary.
I know she went missing twice last year, and then January she did the same thing.
Was there a report for that?
No, she came back the third day, but she never said where she was or anything.
So Granny was missing for 2-3 days and y'all never reported or nothing? That's odd right there. Shit, my granny better not go missing for a whole day. You know, grannies usually have a routine. To go missing for 2-3 days, like, come on, bro.
And I kept on asking, she didn't want to tell me.
A grandmother's scream, a smoking grill, and a chainsaw bought from Amazon. Here on the decoder, with never-before-seen interview footage, this is the disturbing story of the disappearance of Margaret Craig. She's known affectionately as Auntie Joyce among her relatives. As she got older,
Joyce.
she began experiencing health
Rest
issues.
up, Auntie.
She'd recently suffered multiple strokes, and as a result, she needed long-term care. Her nurse was her daughter, 44-year-old Candace, living under the same roof and spending almost all their time together. Candace was dedicated to looking after her mother. She seems to have been the perfect daughter to the perfect mom. As a result, anyone would think she'd be distraught at the idea her mom had gone missing, and that she'd contact the authorities as soon as she could.
Right.
But it doesn't work out quite that way. On May 31st, one of Margaret's nephews drives over to the house. She hasn't been returning his calls for a week now. Having had so many medical emergencies in the past, her relatives are terrified that the next one will be her last. When no one answers his knock on the door, he calls the police. He messages Candace at the same time. He says, "I'm on the phone with the police. They are doing a wellness check. Sorry to scare you, but this is not normal." She responds with a thumbs up. When she finally comes to the door,
Yeah, she
tells
tripping, bro. He tell her that your mama missing and all that, and you just respond with a thumbs up,
the
bro.
idea her next
come on,
ones
man.
that are gathered there that Margaret's gone to a friend's house. She says she'll go to the police once 72 hours has passed, not before. This is convincing enough that the responding officer leaves without taking any action. Margaret is an adult, after all. Even if she's a vulnerable one, Candace's words are enough for the police. But not for Margaret's family. One of them, at least, is still concerned enough that 2 days later, on June 2nd, they call 911 again.
You know, somebody did come forward and contacted the police department and asked the police to do a welfare check.
Officers respond to Margaret's address at 1:37 p.m. Candace answers the door and lets the cops in, seemingly ignorant that there's anything to worry about. It hasn't yet been 72 hours, after all, since she last saw her ailing mother, at least according to her. But what the police discover inside the house will throw everything into question, including the devoted daughter's claims. Is Margaret really missing, or is the truth something worse? The investigators sit down.
Like, bro, I really want to hear what happened that bad to where you got a fucking chainsaw in the living room and a box or wherever it's at. And that's what you use to kill your mama and granny. So what the fuck you think your daughter gonna do to you, Candace?
Candace and her daughter, Salia. They want to know when exactly they last saw Margaret, in what circumstances, and what they think might have happened to their beloved mother and grandmother. Candace is visibly in pain before the investigator comes in to talk to her. She's recently had issues with her back and went to the ER for it about a month ago. Has something she's done recently, some physical activity, like heavy lifting, aggravated the issue again? It's body language like this that will be key in her interview.
Yeah.
Pressure from family members, the community, and the media is mounting. They need to find out if Candace and her daughter's stories match up.
Basic information. What is your last name?
Craig. Who do you live with in that house? My grandmother, my mother, and my mother's boyfriend. What's his name? How long has he been living in the house with y'all? 2 years. 2 years.
The investigators can tell Salia has something to say.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you seen?
You could tell for sure she got.
And you saw her last on around what time was that when you went to work? Was it 11:30 in the morning? Yeah, before I went to work. Was she okay? Like, was I had to check on her to let her know I was going to work. Where was she at? She was in her room. Yeah. When you said you checked on her, was something wrong with her? No, I guess she was just sleeping. Okay.
So I know that your mother's missing. What is, kind of fill me into what's going on?
My daughter saw her on Tuesday. She said she was in the bathroom dumping her colostomy bag, and her grandma come out her room, and then she went out the front door. And then when she went out the bathroom, she realized the front door was open, so she knew she had to leave. But she didn't see her leave, but she knew she heard her.
So I saw her Tuesday, May 29th.
Yeah, she said before she went to work.
So far, so good. Both mother and daughter concur that the last time Margaret was seen was on Tuesday.
They got that part right. You hear me? They didn't talk that out.
May 30th.
And you said you last saw your mother on Monday.
Yeah.
It get different. They put you in a separate room.
Took some food into her room.
Where did you see her at?
In the house. Yeah, we took some food to her bedroom. We had put some hamburgers on the grill and chicken.
What is the condition of your mother?
Hamburgers and
She
chicken.
had a couple strokes, diabetic. She was showing signs of early dementia, but not really diagnosed. The doctor never diagnosed her. She didn't want to go.
As Candace is talking about her mother's condition, we observe her touching her neck and her back again, like she can't get comfortable. This is a stressful situation, as she's only making her mother sound more vulnerable. Perhaps, conveniently, the undiagnosed dementia is something no doctor can confirm.
And she don't act like emotional at all. It's more like, get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So about her personal life or anything. Like anything going on in the house, that would be issues. Yeah, stress and depression. So, with what? Sister. She like took some money and stuff.
Salia, meanwhile, focuses less on her grandmother's medical issues and more on her family's personal ones.
What was her condition when you saw her Monday?
She was quiet all day on Monday. She basically stayed in the room. She didn't really do anything. That was it. She was in the bed. It was quiet. Like the last couple of days, she was just quiet. Like you can hear her on the phone talking, and then she would just start crying when she gets off the phone, like she was depressed. And I kept on telling her, I said, you need to tell your family how you're feeling. And she didn't want them to know certain things, and she was like quiet.
So where do you think she don't drive, right?
No.
Well, she didn't drive. Where do you think she went?
I have no idea. Normally, if she needs to go somewhere, she'll ask me. But I went to the ER the first week of May, so regarding my spine, so I haven't been driving that much. But normally, she'll call her brother-in-law, but they didn't pick her up that day. And my dad is really not concerned. He's thinking that she's with some man. I said, no, she was with some
I don't mean to laugh, but bro, that's the first thing a nigga think, bro. I ain't lying. Fuck with she goes somewhere with that. You hear me? Fuck her.
man should have told me. So I don't think that's the case. But he's like, oh, she'll pop up.
Candace is downplaying her lack of concern now. But just next door, Salia is undermining her mother's story.
So is that normal for you? Like if you came home and didn't see your grandmother for 3 or 4 days, would you think that was normal or that?
Yeah, it would be abnormal for me. My granny ain't going nowhere but the Salia Market to her little job, maybe the casino, and back. You hear me? Yeah, different grocery store, little pantry and shit. Yeah.
But my mother, she was telling me how she did it before, but I never knew that she did it before. Okay, but normally you're seeing her every day when you come home from work or when you're leaving the house. Yeah. So you didn't mostly in her room all the time. Where did your mom say she went? Oh, she don't know. So she didn't say she went to a friend's house or anything? Yeah.
So who reported her missing?
Today, I don't know. I know she went missing twice last year, and then January she did the same thing.
Man.
And
was there a report for that?
No, she came back the 3rd day, but she never said where she was or anything. And I kept on asking, she didn't want to tell me. But she came back the 3rd day. I don't know who made the report today. So me and my cousin were supposed to go to the police station today to file a report. So Wednesday, the police
Granny sound like she be outside though.
To the house. I think one of my cousins called, so they came to the house and they looked around, and I told them about the history of her being gone, and they was like, well, whatever. I will wait out 72 hours to see if she came back, and that's the reason why I was going to file today.
When was the last time you spoke to your mom over the phone?
She texted me Monday to come down and open a bottle of water, but that was about it. And usually when I text her, she never responds, hardly. And she needs me, she'll come by the step and she'll call my name. And she'll bang on the wall.
Text you on Monday?
No, that's her cell phone that texts. That's the house phone. She'll call me from the house phone if she needs me.
Until now, all of Candace's story has been anecdotal.
Yeah.
But a text is something they can check against phone records. They can see if a text was sent from Margaret's phone on Monday, May 29th. But they can't know if it was Margaret herself who sent it.
How did you guys get here today? Tell me what happened today.
Today, I was in the basement cleaning up my daughter's colostomy bag, Salia, because she had a mess over the place. And there was a knock on the door. And then the officer, someone reported her missing. And he came in and he looked around the place, and that was it. So they had me upstairs in the living room. They didn't allow anybody to come in the house or to leave the house.
She don't act like no killer though. If she did do something to her mama, she definitely playing it right. I ain't gonna lie. Not saying that it's a right way to play it, but she don't act like, you know what I'm saying? She very humble and calm and collected.
When I talked to the police officer, he just said they was going to ask me questions about the last time I've seen my mom and stuff like that.
The investigator tries to determine what this partially disabled 71-year-old might have taken with her if she'd left the house of her own accord.
Does it seem strange that I know that you said previously, she did it twice or three times in the past, but this has been for about 5 days. So
yeah, that's crazy.
This doesn't seem strange to you?
Yeah, I'd be somewhere bro. Where is my motherfucking mama, my granny? Where she at? You hear me? Hold up now.
Days before. So I'm thinking, okay, she's going to pop up at the end of the day, but that never happened. So I said if she doesn't pop up, I told family members, if she's not here by 72 hours, I'm going to file a report. Because before she came home, I think the 2nd day or 3rd day.
She'd need money, too, if she'd taken off.
So do you have access to your mom's account or anything like that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So have you noticed in the last 4 or 5 days any normal transactions?
She has not made nothing. She doesn't have a credit card, so it's nothing. And she can't remember her passwords. Her book, where she has all her passwords, was on the bed.
What kind of account?
Capital One.
So she got Capital One.
Yes.
And you haven't noticed any transactions on her Capital One card from.
The only transactions that was made, that I made them, she didn't make anything.
It's becoming clear here that
The fact that, before he even say what he finna say, the fact that she needs you for everything, sound like, and she don't know this and know that, they give you signs that you should be looking for your mama, man. I'm confused.
Candace is the closest person in the world to her mom,
Fact.
who's separated from her husband and has no other children. If she doesn't know where Margaret is,
Now, who
with
the fuck
access
do?
to her bank accounts and knowledge of everything happening in her life, then who does? But Candace is continuing to emphasize her mother's poor mental well-being.
Not even knowing it.
Your relationship with your mom.
We're close. She calls on me for everything. She probably is not happy with the career choice that I made. Like, she wanted me to continue school. She probably had disappointments about that. But other than that, she calls on me every day. Anytime she needs something, it's me. I guess my mother and daughter relationship, I should say. You mean like my mother and her relationship? Mm-hmm. How is it? It's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, outside of like, the regular family argument, like, just, I've been hearing my
Look, she that baited right there. Outside of like, the regular arguments and stuff. I don't know that.
Is she unemployed?
Look.
Yeah. How long has she been unemployed? She stopped working, I think, some years now. Okay.
It all comes down to some money. It's the root of all evil, bro. That's what it's getting to already. Unemployed, Social Security, whatever she said. You see on the screen, motherfucker say something about paycheck. You hear me? She said she gets paycheck, but I don't know how.
She gets paycheck, but I don't know how. Okay.
It's over with.
Salia again agrees with her mom's account, but she goes even further. Candace's lack of employment has been a source of tension in the house.
You ever been violent with her or anything, or? No, never. Okay. I don't have her yelling or they don't yell at us or nothing. Mm-hmm. I know, like, my grandmother, she calls my mother name, like, every day. She gets irritated and stuff. Like, why should you call me and stuff? But that's about it. Okay.
Now, hold on a minute. We've been talking about a missing elderly lady, confused and depressed with likely undiagnosed dementia, according to her daughter.
So how is she mad at you about this and mad about that and so on point about this and so on point about that? Coming down to the money, trying to have a little fun.
Only now, the investigators are asking about violence. There's something else going on here.
And you're not, so she calls you every day, and at this point, you're not concerned, even though you typically talk to her daily. And here it is, it's been 4 days, 5 days, and...
That's what said in 72 hours I was going to report. So I said if I didn't hear from her by 72 hours, yes, I'll file. That's when my concern will kick in.
So, okay, so we have some investigators that are at the house now. They conducted they got a court-ordered search warrant to search the house. So they're doing that now.
Candace's face
Her
looks
back got to hurt. Her back got to hurt again, try. I don't mean to laugh in this situation, but them motherfuckers spine got to kicking in.
She's shaken to her core. But why? If it's because they're searching her house, what is she so afraid they'll find?
She hurt.
Little does she know, they've already found it.
So right now,
Got her.
got him. We found a dismembered body. Do you know what dismembered means? Okay,
Found
so
a dismembered body is crazy, bro.
Pieces like chopped up, like somebody's body was chopped up and banged.
Bro, what the?
Why? If it's because they're searching her house, what is she so afraid they'll find? Little does she know, they've already found it.
So right now, what we're investigating, we found a dismembered body. Do you know what dismembered means? Okay, so we found pieces of a body. Pieces like chopped up, like somebody's body was chopped up and banged.
What kind of shit is that? Hell no!
Ain't no way y'all left the bags in the house.
In the house. I can't say for sure that it's your grandmother. I don't know whose body it is. I don't know who else's body would be in the house, but she's obviously missing at this point. We'll get her. We'll get whoever it is identified, but more than likely, based off of saying that, everybody says that they haven't seen her, it probably is her. So that's what I'm a homicide detective. So that's what I'm investigating.
Ain't no way.
That's why I'm asking you the questions along the lines of would it if it got to a point where it got so to the point where maybe it got so violent, you know what I'm saying? So because the thing is that it wouldn't make any sense for us to find, like, you know, body pieces and bags in the house.
Let's go back to the moment
She gonna
earlier
tell.
this same day when the police arrived at Margaret's address for the welfare check. It's just after lunchtime, and they're expecting it to be little more than a routine visit. The trail, if there is a trail, will surely lead them out and away from the house. But it doesn't. The second Candace lets them in, they notice a strange smell lingering in the air. The smell is that of decaying human flesh. They also spot 3 white plastic trash bags on the floor of the basement. Around these, they see bloodstains. One of the bags is open, and it visibly contains human brain matter. There's a knife lying on the floor beside it. Candace Craig has just let the cops into a murder scene.
Stupid.
As the officers search the house, they also find a chainsaw cover, cutting utensils, and cleaning materials. Finally, they discover the chainsaw itself. It doesn't take much of a leap of the imagination to
Just
realize
lock her ass up, trap. You just got all this shit lingering around in the house. Like it ain't your mama. And then she probably got the granddaughter manipulated. But she grown, she know what's going on. That's fucked up.
what horrible purpose that chainsaw had. A neighbor approaches the police, seeing them roping the house off as a crime scene.
They even had like a little table.
Look at Karen.
Umbrellas. They had that out there. They had the grill.
In hindsight, they think that what Candace and Salia were burning
gonna let 'em know.
was human remains. Candace isn't going to crack. So the investigators focus in on the weaker link of the two, Salia.
She gonna tell.
Like I said, I can't say that for sure is her grandmother.
I gotta stand
More
up.
than likely it probably is. But, you know, who else would be chopped up, you know, in the basement. So that's where we found the pieces of her body at. That's what, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, she's strong. 'Cause I would have been broke down. My granny, I wouldn't. Ain't no way. I ain't gonna even lie. Fuck that. My granny chopping her up in the basement and shit. Even if I didn't know, like what?
And that's what we're investigating a murder at this point.
A sudden revelation of the depth of the police's knowledge like this can often make
I
the
would've
suspect
cried like
fall
a mother.
apart. And Salia is no exception. She starts telling the truth immediately.
So you can think of anything,
I would, man, fuck
let me
that.
know. I know I heard my grandmother scream, but when was this? This was Monday. Now I know I heard her scream, but she always screamed. Like when she was to fall and stuff, she would always scream. So I asked my mother, what is that? She said that Benny, the boyfriend, did knock something over, but all I heard was a scream. So I really don't know why. So you heard her scream on Monday night, and then you woke up, or was you in your room? I was already up. Oh, so you was already up in your room? Yeah. And then you came out of your room, actually? No, my mom, she came in my room. I was like, who's that screaming? She was like, Benny knocked something over, but it didn't sound like Benny knocked over something, because he was in the basement, you know, I couldn't really hear anything. So you heard her scream, basically, from her room, and then your mother came in your room, and shortly after, and she said that it was Benny had knocked over something. Yeah. You just didn't think twice about it. Yeah, because she always, when she falls, she screams. Okay.
The investigator knows she's starting to get somewhere.
Yeah.
In
Benny in
order
the
to
basement
encourage
anyway.
this confessional spirit, she offers Salia some food or drink, like a reward.
No, me the lab try with that food and that drink. Man, she finna cut up behind that try. You hear me? She cooked. Her mama cooked. Stick a fork in.
Do you need any water or anything?
She finna pick that fork, the knife, the beverage.
Yeah. What do you eat? Like, are you allergic to anything?
She wants some more. She say some coconut water. Nigga, you know, she trying to get home and get her some more coconut water. Fuck what you talking about, mom. And you killed her granny. You bogus as hell, bro.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Then she leaves Salia alone
That's
for a
crazy,
moment.
bro.
to
She ain't had
stew
nothing to
her
do with
thoughts.
that, dog. I'm be
Look
mad
at
as
her
hell
body
at you,
language
granny.
here. The reality of what's
granddaughter.
happening is slowly sinking in. She's resorting to self-soothing, hugging herself for comfort. She looks
Lady
at the
own it.
cuffs attached to the walls, like she's contemplating the very real possibility of future prison time. Her only hope is cooperation with the cops. Like
She
she's
like,
resigned to
"Damn, these
this.
motherfuckers fit my
She
arm."
takes the fruit cup the investigator gave her and opens it. She's going to try to take charge
Look,
of
I
her
don't
future
cry.
now, even if that means turning on her mom.
That little fruit
Bill,
cup
I just want to
did.
clarify. So you said that you heard your grandmother's scream on Monday night, but you still saw her on Tuesday morning? And you're sure that she was snoring and not like, and you just didn't like, you know what I mean? I heard a noise, so I guess she was snoring. Okay, so you're sure? I told her that I was leaving out. I didn't hear you. But she didn't respond back to you? No. So she very well could have not been alive at that point. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay. Were y'all close? Okay.
Candace's story hinges on her daughter having seen Margaret alive on Tuesday, but Salia didn't actually see her.
You know, like, I mean, it's one thing for a loved one to die from cancer or old age or whatever, but to have someone die, like, you know, where they're like chopped up, that's
like, what could she done to you that bad at 71 years old, man? Or you that fucking depressed and stressed out with your own self? You should have blew your own fucking top off.
You know what I mean? That's different. Like, that's a different kind of suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking stupid.
There's nothing natural about that. So that's why we're just trying to get to the bottom of this story, because it just, like, you know what I mean? Like, the smell of a dead body is very, very, very memorable. So, like, you know what I mean? You come in the house, like, in how we found her, or wherever this body is, how we found the body had, like, was dead for at least 2, 3, 4 days, because it was kind of decomposed. So it had been there for a little bit. You know, it would match up for what you heard on Monday, because, you know, it's now Friday. So a body, like, you know, chopped up or whatever, and that's day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you heard the scream on Monday. It been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
It would make sense. Like, you know, since you heard on Monday, it could have been like whatever was going on down there.
You did that shit with Benny in the house?
But if you're saying that you saw her on Tuesday, and seen her sleeping, that part wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't go with how long that body would have been, like, in the bag. You know what I'm saying? We're just investigating this at this point. So we're looking for you to know anything that you know. Like, it's important. And even if it's something small that you might think, like, it might not matter, it would matter to us. I was going through my Amazon orders. Mm-hmm. I saw she ordered a chainsaw. Mm-hmm. On what day was this? I gotta look back on the order. Mm-hmm. Was it this week though? Yeah, it was this week. I ordered a chainsaw, and I was asking like, what is it for? She didn't want to tell me.
A fucking chainsaw when you start cutting down trees, mama. Your ass ain't even got no job. You bogus as
It
fuck.
Clarifies what she already suspects.
That's fucking
that Candace
crazy,
is the prime suspect here.
Is she like normal? Does she have like rage fits? Is she violent any time? I know my mother and Billy, they argue and stuff, so she would like throw stuff at him, like throw like hard stuff. Like last time she threw something at him, I made a hole in the wall. So you just pretty much have like fights between them, but never with your grandmother. Has Benny ever had any issues with her grandmother? Mm-hmm.
We observe Salia keeping her arms wrapped tightly around herself as she reveals how conditional her mother's love can be.
Today she was just texting me, oh, I love you, I love you. So when she's telling me that she loves me, that means something really bad happened. Or she did something. Is that abnormal for her, or normally when something's going wrong, that's what she normally tells you? Something goes wrong. When was the last time she said that to you or something went wrong? Like, what happened with that? She normally says I love you, so you just knew something was up because she was saying that.
See, that's why I tell my kids I love them every day, all day. I ain't gonna lie, I ask them, especially my young babies, man. My older ones too, man. I love you. Be safe, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. And then you don't want to sing when you do it. Like, why the he tell me I love me?
She was telling me the police is here. I love you, and I was calling her phone. She didn't answer. She finally answered. She told both my sisters the same thing. She loved them and stuff. So I just knew something was wrong.
This is an obstacle to her cooperation. She doesn't want to betray her mom.
Man,
the investigator tries to put her mind at ease.
We don't go back and forth about, like, you know, or we'll go to your mom and be like, okay, well, your daughter said this, but that doesn't make sense. We would let your mom tell her story, and then after she's finished telling us, like, we'll ask questions and like, hey, so you didn't smell a body in the basement, and then we leave it at that. And then we just talk at the table and that's it. Yesterday when I was washing clothes, I did smell something, but I don't know what type of smell that was. You never smelled it before? No, just a bad smell. It just stunk? Yeah, it's like the whole basement living room. It just stunk. And I realized the carpet was gone.
Like,
did you have carpet there before?
Fuck! Why is you letting this sit around for 3-4 days, Candace?
Okay, and it just disappeared. Yeah.
The smell of a corpse is obvious. So obvious that the police didn't need to be in the house for more than a few moments that day to realize what they'd walked into.
I can smell when something old in the sink or in the trash can around this bitch, bro. My nose so sensitive. That's on my granny body, my mama body in the other room, bro. Like, you don't think that shit reeking?
The investigator
pretty sure that bitch smoking cigarettes and weed.
So through this whole whole thing, like between your mother telling you not to go to not to go in your grandmother's room, to seeing the carpet gone, to like you didn't think like anything was going, like where it was going on, because like so did, like your mother never at any point said like, hey, this is what happened, like.
You better not be lying. You better not did nothing to your granny, bro.
But I was trying to ask her a question. What did you ask her? Have you heard from grandma? And stuff like that. She said no. She was texting her and stuff, like texting back and stuff, going back and forth with my mom. And I know she went grilling. She started grilling. Like when you like.
Oh my God. She went grilling. It's crazy.
Like barbecue. I know she started grilling. Did y'all eat any of that food, or she just grilled and didn't bring nothing in? No, she just grilled.
Ain't no hot dogs, no bratwurst, no motherfucking chicken wings. She just out there grilling shit.
But you didn't see no food.
No barbecue sauce.
Okay. So when your cousin...
Her ass cooked.
Upper room, nigga. The upper room.
That came over and they were suspicious of the whole thing, because they're the ones who kind of initiated this whole thing anyway. Because then I guess they couldn't get a hold of her. And then they came in, like you said, they went to the house, police came, they found nothing. Did you never see those trash bags in the basement at all? No. Just didn't smell it?
Salia's
Well, you really out there barbecuing and then bring no hot dogs in the crib. You ain't trying to play it off and bring no bratwurst, no shit. That's crazy.
Listing her mother's suspicious behaviors. But she's not quite revealing everything.
I'm asking, like, what do you think could have went wrong between your mom and your grandmother to the point where it could have got, like, to the point where your grandmother ended up in a position where they might have been in either a physical altercation or altercation that just went bad and she got to this point? I think altercation that went bad because I heard her scream. You your grandmother, but you didn't hear anybody else scream that night, like nobody argued or nothing, just heard her scream. I just heard her scream, then after that, nothing at all. That next morning, you saw her before you went to work. Yeah. You think you heard her snoring, though. Yeah. Did you smell anything when you went in the room? I think I smelled pee. Okay. So it kind of stuck in the room? Yeah, it just smelled like pee. Did they mention in the police report that you and your mom were acting kind of weird that day? Like, kind of trying to get them out? No.
Y'all think she got something to do with it, bro? Her little ass better not have nothing to do with it, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I hope she don't. And I ain't trying to make this no funny situation or shit like that. I'm being real, like, serious, bro. Like, I hope she ain't had nothing to do with that, bro. Real talk.
I'm trying to, like, get them to stay. In your mom's side. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where she was at, too. Okay. And most of these people think, oh, they need to leave.
What's most clear is that Salia couldn't have failed to notice her grandmother being murdered right under her very nose. And when these dominoes fall, they all fall. She sketches out a horrifying sequence of events. On May 23rd, the early hours of Tuesday morning, over a week earlier, Salia heard her grandmother scream. The next day, she found Margaret's remains in a blue bin in her bedroom. When she confronted her mother about this, Candace enlisted her help in dismembering Margaret's body using the chainsaw she'd purchased on Amazon. They tried to burn her remains on May 27th, the day the neighbors saw the fire. They also tried to grill her body parts, grilling pieces of chicken alongside them to try to disguise the smell.
I knew some chicken had to be involved. Oh, I knew it, child. I knew it.
Who locked the fucking door, huh? I don't like locked doors around here.
Ain't no way I'm a fucking barbecuing something. I ain't been having no chicken wings, especially a black motherfucker named Candace, you hear me?
Had killed her mother by suffocating her with a trash bag. Then, with the help of her 19-year-old
fucked
daughter,
up.
she tried to cover it up. It was a week later that
That's
Margaret's
fucked up.
remains came to light. But why? By all accounts, she was a loving, caring daughter, dedicated to nursing her ailing mother. In just one night, all that had changed.
The mother and her daughter have been charged in connection with murdering the family's
Man, give me my motherfucking
allegedly
fruit cut
killed
back.
and dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping everyone in their tracks, and as Lex Juarez explains, it's posing a challenge for investigators, too.
Margaret's bank account was active even after her death on May 23rd, buying a box of 13-gallon trash bags, paper towels, and a plastic
And
drop
then you
cloth.
use her money to buy the bags, lock they up. I don't even condone nobody going to jail. What you mean to tell me you what, bro? Ain't no way, dawg, y'all did that lady like that, bro. Your mama, your
The
granny.
chainsaw purchase was also in Margaret's name. If Candace had used her mother's money to buy the items used to dispose of her body, what's to say she hadn't been using it while Margaret was still alive as well?
Facts.
This was made tragically evident by a series of phone calls made to Margaret's bank. In many calls, a woman who said she was Margaret Craig asked the bank to approve large purchases, such as a $211 pair of collectible sneakers.
That ain't no fucking large purchase, bro. You wax out when you barbecued your mama over $211 for some shoes, bro.
And wire money into Candace's account. In other calls, a woman who
That's
called
petty
herself
shit.
Margaret, whose voice was notably different and older, pleaded for help. She'd been noticing strange purchases appearing on her statement from services she'd never used, like DoorDash and Lyft. This was the real Margaret, discovering that she'd been the victim of financial fraud.
That's crazy.
And the
bro.
culprit was none other than her own daughter. Salia
Sad,
confirms this.
Like no beefing or nothing in the house.
When my grandmother and my mother about that money situation.
About your grandmother thinking that your mother was stealing money.
Yeah. And sometimes my grandmother would go to the bank. And I go home, my grandmother would be like, where's the money at? And the money would be gone.
Candace was systematically stealing from her own mother, who had a healthy retirement pot. Sometimes she'd even enlist her youngest daughter, who was 12, in the scheme, getting her to phone the bank for new debit cards.
Man, that's crazy. It made me mad, bro, because there be people out they want your retirement money that you can't even use when your social security and shit. Motherfucker kill you for that, boy. You'll work your whole life for somebody that wants you to get social security and retirement and to slip some of your food and kill your ass and live off that shit for life, boy. You better be careful.
Margaret finally realized what was going on and confronted her about it that fateful Monday night. Candace killed her. Candace denies all of this. She even tries to blame Salia and her middle daughter for the killing. But Salia knows it's time to do the right thing. She pleads guilty to accessory after the fact and is sentenced to supervised probation for 5 years. In exchange, she takes the stand to testify against her mother.
Man,
She
that's
tells the
crazy.
jury about the stealing.
At least she doing that, bro. But ain't no way. I ain't gonna lie. Mama, if you watching this video, ain't no motherfucking way. I love you to death. You could have got me to chop up my motherfucking grandma. You hear me? Your ass cooked. I love you, but she couldn't got me to chop up you either, cuz y'all ass crazy. You hear me?
And the confrontation and the killing. She tells them about the burning and the grill and the chainsaw, all the different methods they tried and failed to hide what Candace had done.
That's crazy.
When asked why she helped cover up this heinous crime,
That's deep.
Salia just replies, "Because my mother asked me."
See?
She must also undergo psychiatric and psychological evaluation and a drug and alcohol evaluation. She will live with her grandfather, Margaret's husband, in D.C. until she finds herself permanent housing. Candace, meanwhile, is found guilty. There are no mitigating factors in her life.
She was someone who worked hard all her life. She was providing for her grown daughter who was living with her, her grandchildren, and she even allowed her daughter's boyfriend to live in the home. So this is a giving, caring,
it's her
loving,
daughter boyfriend.
compassionate, and understanding woman who was killed,
Over
who was
money.
asphyxiated by her daughter.
Over money.
And make no mistake, Miss Candace Craig absolutely committed this crime, and she is now being held accountable.
As a result,
That's crazy.
she's sentenced to life without possibility of parole.
As you
Today, she
should.
sits in prison, with
As
her
you
family
should,
still
bro. I ain't
reeling
gonna lie.
from what she's done. Not just murder,
Man, bro, you
but the
broke
murder
as
of a
hell.
vulnerable elderly person and a loving grandmother. What do you think about this tragic story?
I think they need to motherfucking.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
They fucked up, bro. You know what's crazy though? It made me have chills. And that little girl right here said when they asked her why she do it, and you know what she said? Cause my mama asked me to. That's as real as it could get, bro. And that's fucked up, bro. She straight manipulated that little girl, bro. This survive. We outside. Try. Make sure y'all come back, man. Rest in peace to I forgot her name. I had to say that. Rest in peace to Candace's mom and Salia, grandmother. You hear me? It's survive. We outside. Try. Make sure y'all hit that like and comment button. You hear me?
Hey, come back.
I'm gonna be a big ass movie star off that shit. Look, nigga, I told you to stop showing the. Hey, and why you keep on about my tape, man?